What's up, guys? Thanks for hanging out. So glad you're here. Today, we're going to be talking about how to get new customers on demand, how to grow your business with online lead generation and automation. And if you're here as a new agency owner or even an experienced agency owner that's looking to learn how to scale or grow your marketing agency, you're in the right place. So today's training is going to be really based around how I sell lead generation, how I sell the opportunity, and how I also built my mindset to have full confidence in what we're doing and knowing how good it is for business owners. Okay. So we're going to dive straight into this. And again, I appreciate your guys' time so much. All right. So lock in, grab a pen and pad, grab a caffeinated drink, and really get ready to lock in here because we're going to go really, really deep. Okay. Turn off all the distractions, throw your phone across the room right now. Okay, because we're going to lock in. All right, you locked in? I'll give you a minute. Get your pen, get your pad. Let's go. All right, guys, so check this out. This is going to talk about how in the last 3.5 years, I've built a $1.5 million agency selling direct services to local business owners that help them get new clients through paid ad, lead generation, and automation. Okay. My agency does in between 65K to 84K a month. Last year, the last month of the year, we broke $84,200, which for those of you guys that don't know, 84K a month is a 7-figure run rate. That means $1 million per year. So we're on track to do $1 million a year now, 7-figure run rate. And that's with about 40% net profits. So I've been really blessed and thankful to do this. I've been able to launch over 1,500 lead generation campaigns, 28 plus industries served, over $10 million generated for my clients, over 500,000 leads generated, over 235,000 appointments booked, and our low average clients still are getting a 5 to 10 return on their ad spend, return on their investment, and our high average clients are doing a 20 to 25x, sometimes in month one right out of the gate. Okay, and I've been able to build the life that I had always dreamed of, travel when I want, go to restaurants, get the appetizers and desserts and pay for the whole table and tip great, go to the grocery store and just buy whatever I want, go to the mall and just drop a stack or two, and I don't say this to brag to you guys. I didn't come from a high income family. I didn't come from a silver spoon. We were lucky to keep the lights on for 90 days at a time, keep the hot water. We never had cable. We were always borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. I saw my mom struggle so much as a kid that I vowed for myself that, I didn't come from a rich family, so a rich family gonna come from me. You know what I'm saying? All right. And I built the life that I've always dreamed of, and now I want to give back. And that's why I'm putting this time together to make these free trainings for you guys. So where I started, guys, I actually started out in the middle of nowhere, South Dakota, Spearfish, South Dakota, after I was in between a rock and a hard place. So I was coming off of addictions. I was messing with partying. I was messing with some drugs. I was hanging with the wrong crowd. I was, getting in trouble with the law. I mean, I was really quickly, putting myself in a place where I could have ruined my life before it even really started. And that was when I actually found, here in the bottom picture, let me just write the picture right under me here. This is where I found martial arts. I found Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu literally changed my life, guys. It gave me a purpose. It gave me something to go for. It gave me something to express myself athletically, a fight, a struggle to always go through, and gave me something that I could go through and just be all in, be present. So I started out with training, and then I started teaching kids classes, and eventually became an instructor. And I fell in love with competition. You see over to the right-hand side, that's my first competition ever. There in the blue gi with the 2 bronze medals. I was just so in love with the grind, and I decided in the week one, literally week one of me signing up for jiu-jitsu. It was like my second day, and I committed to a year. Boom, signed up for a year. I didn't even have the money to pay for it. I was like, I'll figure it out. I'll do what I got to do, right? And then I started training jiu-jitsu, and like 1 week into it, I was like, you know what? Jiu-jitsu saved my life, and I'm going to become a world champion. I was 19 years old. I had no business thinking I could be a world champion. And I'm 26 now. And guys, honestly, it's way harder than I thought it would be, but I know it's worth it. And I know that I'm going to do it. But yeah, this is where it all started, guys. I had came up off of being that kid you see in the far left hand side with the $5,000 in my hand, thinking I was the richest kid in Rapid City, from some street money. And then I had it all taken from me fast when I got in trouble. Friends were stealing from me. You know, it was just a violent, dark time. I was losing people very close to me, to that life, and I just knew I had to get out. So, fast forward a little bit through hitting rock bottom, I rose myself back up. I had to move 45 minutes away to a town that nobody knew about, in the middle of nowhere, kind of in the mountains of South Dakota, and I started over. Right, I started working at a grocery store, in the kitchen, and working produce and kind of doing whatever they needed me to do. And it was in that time I really started to listen to audiobooks and listen to self-development content and really grow myself before I started working at a car dealership as a car detailer. And you see me over at the right-hand side selling a truck. That was one of the first sales that I ever did, after I was cleaning cars. And then I became the guy that started selling cars and eventually growing the car dealership with the system that I'm going to show you guys today. Okay. So now I am, I guess, some might say I'm a little bit of a boss. Others might say I'm a little bit of a dickhead. Whatever you want to call me, I'm just a guy trying to make it, and I'm just a guy trying to bring some hope to this world. And I'm just a guy trying to show you that whatever you want to do, anything is possible. Anything is possible. I wrote down when I was 19 years old. I'll go get it and I'll show it in a different video. But I wrote down, it's sitting in my box. I wrote on my wall, I said, I, Nathaniel James Tilley, will make $1 million before the date of my 25th birthday by providing services to local business owners, showcasing who they are with video and social media marketing. I believe that this is the object of my ultimate purpose, and therefore blah, 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 blah. If you guys have read Think and Grow Rich, you know that that's an exercise. He has you write it down and recite it every morning and every night. Well, I made $1 million before I turned 25. Okay, literally almost on the dot, almost on the exact dot. July 25th, 2023, I crossed 1 million, and that was just after, going from not making anything with this, going from working for people, like the dealership that I worked at, I detailed cars for them for 8 months, just learning about advertising. And then I did their advertising for like a year. And I did the jiu-jitsu school's advertising for like 6 months before I even started my LLC or anything. So there was a lot of background, but we started in April 21st, April 21st, 2020, and we scaled since then. And that was 3.5 years ago, going on 4 years now, and going on 4 years, and super quick. So and we've managed to scale now to 1.5, going for 1.6 million in total profit, or in total revenue generated, and so how I made my first million is what I'm here to show you guys. And my goal when I was 19, I was like, I want to become a world champion in jiu-jitsu, and I want to build $1 million business. And I did one of those things, so now I'm looking at ways that I can give back, show more people what I do in order for you to get that value, so you can grow it on your own. And I've managed to place at some big tournaments. I've gotten second at the American National Tournament twice. I got third last year at the American Nationals Tournament. I've competed at the World Championship a handful of times. I've competed at the Pan Championship a handful of times, and I'm going for it, guys. But this business has, it's really hard to the man who chases two rabbits gets none. I wouldn't say that's necessarily always the case, but it's taken all of me to grow this business and to continue to train and to be, where I'm at in my training, which I'm not where I need to be. And that's why I'm here to make this video for you guys, to show you what the mission is and what we're going after. So, with all that to be considered, guys, let me tell you a beautiful story about a Whole Foods trip that made me $100,000 within 6 months of getting my LLC. All right, guys. So remember that American Nationals tournament that I told you about that I got silver at? Well, I didn't even know, and I'll pull it up on my Instagram here to show you guys too. I didn't even have enough money to hardly pay my rent. I was working at that grocery store I told you about in Spearfish, and I loved competition. I had never been to Las Vegas, and there was a big tournament coming up. Okay, it was this tournament right here. Okay, I ended up getting silver at this tournament right here. And and the caption even says, "I was so close to not even coming to this tournament. Excuses and doubts started to riddle my mind as I thought about signing up. I gave in to the excuses and almost felt relief when I decided I was just going to stay home. The worst part about excuses is oftentimes they are valid. I just got back into the full swing of things from a family vacation, and I had plenty of excuses to use. I didn't get enough of a training camp in. I don't know if I can afford it right now. Am I even good enough to be going to a tournament that big? These are just a few of the toxic thoughts that were trying to block my path. I was sitting in church when the pastor spoke about the Israelites crossing the Jordan River. I haven't read this in years, guys. I don't even know what I'm saying. And how they had to have faith in that rushing water. The pastor then asked us to bow our heads and ask ourselves, what is my Jordan River I'm meant to cross? Instantly, I could feel it was that trip to nationals, and I knew I should just go all in, and that God would help me to make it happen if I just followed what was on my heart. I budgeted it, and I couldn't even afford it, guys. I couldn't even afford it. I landed a couple side jobs detailing people's cars privately. After hours, I'd go to their house, clean their cars in the middle of the night, and and I got a cheap flight, and I booked everything a few days later, and I didn't even have money to pay rent that month. It was my rent money or going to this tournament, and I went to this tournament, and my friend David, he literally bought me food at the restaurant. I was trying to skip out on everybody. I was saying, no, I'm not hungry, and he paid for my meal. He made sure I ate. He let me stay with him. And guys, I didn't even have enough money for a bus pass. I was walking in Vegas. I couldn't even get on the $2 bus. I was walking to the venue, and I was lucky enough to get picked up. And guys, it's just crazy to see this, that God led me to this. And so when I first got into town, I knew I didn't have a lot of money. So I knew that. Excuse me, guys. It's emotional to read this, knowing how far we've come and knowing what this actually meant. But we all have those leaps of faith that we have to take, and this was one of them. So let me continue to read this, and I'll tell you where this all connects, guys. And I said I landed at some side jobs. I got a cheap flight and booked everything a few days later. Now, as I sit in this hotel room, I think about the people I met today, about the good times I've had, and about all I learned today competing. And I realize how valuable this journey really is for me in the process of my life. I think about the example I try to set for my peers, for my family and support systems, and the students I help teach, and realize I'm called to do these things for a higher purpose, to show everyone that you can just get up and chase a dream. The only one stopping you is you. Now, to many people, this is just another BJJ tournament. And in all honesty, I didn't do as well as I had hoped. But to me, this is so much more. 2 years ago, I was so lost and in desperate need of salvation, surrounded by people who wanted nothing better for themselves or me. And now, 2 years later, I'm literally living in a completely different world. I'm proud of who I had to become just to get here. I'm proud to show my old friends that if I can get out of this lifestyle, they can too. I'm proud to follow God and His purpose for my life. Guys, I didn't intend for this to go this way right now, but the reason I'm so emotional with this is because this Nate Tilley here, June 27th, 2019, didn't even know. I didn't even know when I wrote this what this trip actually meant. So I ended up getting silver at the American Nationals tournament, the biggest tournament I've ever been. I went to Las Vegas, and while I was there, I hold on, guys, give me a second here. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna keep this raw and real, guys, because that's who I am. But yeah, this was a huge moment in my life, and I guess I never talked about it at this extent. I've told the story before, but not like this. So yeah, guys, like this is how it goes. All right, so check this out. I got into town, and I knew that I needed some like something to eat, throughout the week. So my plan was, let me walk to Whole Foods and let me get some bananas. And I'm not going to get the whole bunch. I'm going to pull and get like 2 bananas. And I remember I got like 2 bananas, and I got a salad to eat that day, from like the bar salad. and a couple other things. I had like, it was, I had like $80 in my account, and it was like 11 to $15. And I was like, shoot, how am I even, like, what if something comes up? Like, I had no money, guys. And while I was sitting at that Whole Foods, I was eating my salad, and I was waiting for everybody else to get in the tournament so that they could pick me up or something, because I wasn't able to take the bus, and the hot Vegas sun was so hot. I had walked there already, and I was like, dude, I can't do that on the way back. So I'm chilling, and all of a sudden I see these people next to me, and they're talking, and I hear one of them, and I think that he's talking about jujitsu. And he wasn't talking about jujitsu at all, but I thought he was. And I was like, oh, are you talking about Andre Galvao? That's my professor. And he's like, no, I'm talking about this other Galvao. He's like an actor, but are you talking about Brazilian jiu-jitsu? Because I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu too. And I was like, oh, no way, dude. He's like, yeah, I'm a blue belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And I was like, dude, that's crazy. I'm a blue belt too. I'm actually here for a tournament. I was like, what are you guys here doing? And he's like, we're actually actors. We're studying scripts for a part that we're gonna you know apply for, whatever. And I was like, awesome, man. What's your Instagram? And he gave me his Instagram, Dylan Vanis. And I looked him up, and it was like, built a 7-figure income stream by age. It was like, built a 7-figure income stream by age 23 or whatever it was, 25 maybe. Can't remember exactly. And I was like, bro, I was sitting right next to him. I was like, bro, what do you do, man? That's crazy. And he's like, I do digital marketing. And I was like, bro, no way. I've been studying digital marketing back in South Dakota. I've been trying to learn it. I've watched every YouTube video I could. I've been studying the greats, but I just don't really know how to start. And he's like, dude, you could totally do that. Like, I'll help you start. Like, I've done this a bunch of times. Like, I do real estate ads, and I do some ads for e-commerce and stuff. And it's like, yeah, like let's connect. And we ended up connecting over the period of about a year after this, just phone calls back and forth. And I actually ended up learning so much about advertising that I came out of nowhere and showed this guy a very powerful automations platform that saved him about $3,000 a month. That saved him close to $3,000 a month. I don't know. For some reason, my video's pausing on here, guys. So if I repeat something, that's my bad. But yeah, and so about a year later, I was like, hey, Dylan, guess what, man? I'm doing lead generation for this martial arts academy that I'm teaching at, and this car dealership that I'm a detailer for. And they're getting leads, and they're getting new clients. And I figured out a way to automate all the follow-ups. There's like automated text and all this stuff. And he's thinking, and he's like, man, that's really interesting, because actually after working with you and seeing you start building up your agency, I decided to start coaching people. And I've got a group of like 50 guys that I've taught how to start a marketing agency, and they know how to sell, but they don't really have systems to be able to do the work. And so we've been trying to find somebody that can do the work for us, and they can just go and sell. And I said, I'm your guy, man. I'll do it. Sure. He's like, okay, you want to handle all the lead generation? I was like, yeah, I'll make a package. It'll include lead generation, follow-up, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, let's do it. The first week I worked with this guy, he sent me 6 new clients. Okay, granted, each one was only worth like $500, but at the time, I had just started my LLC. I didn't know where I was going to get my clients. 2020 COVID was at its peak in March of 2020, and I started my LLC in April. And so I was just trying to grind. And I got with Dylan, and he's like, dude, everybody wants lead generation right now. You got it? And I was like, yeah, I got it. He sends me 6 clients his first week. Imagine getting a Chinese freight forwarding company, a Norwegian Santa Claus doll company, a Canadian real estate company, a local mom and pop restaurant, and some health coach guru and a relationship coach all at the same time. Okay. And they would just come in like orders. I wouldn't even talk to the people. I'd just see the onboarding form, and then I'd put together a lead generation strategy for them. So I was just winging it, guys. I had only worked on like 4 accounts before that. And I was just winging it, taking everything I know and putting it together. And the results were phenomenal. People were re-signing with us. They were bringing referrals. They were sending people. And I ended up working with over 100 different clients, okay, in that time period of just over a year. I was doing that for Dylan, it's called white labeling. Okay. And I was, He was selling the stuff and I was doing the work on the back end. But within my first 6 months of getting my LLC, it was like September or October of 2020, I had made $100,000. Okay. And that was mixed. Some months we were doing like 15K. Other months we were doing like 6K. It was very mixed. It was very up and down at first, but literally made 100,000, made six figures my first 6 months of getting my LLC. And I came from a family where, thinking about making 100,000 in a year was crazy. 100,000 in 6 months, you must be smoking crack, right? And so that's a powerful story that has a couple different points that I want to drive home. Take the leap of faith, okay? God will figure it out. Everything will be sorted out. I had food, I was taken care of, and one handshake, one conversation that I butt into changed the course of my life forever. Imagine if I wouldn't have gone to that tournament. And not only that, but I also got second at the American National Tournament, which gave me confidence to keep competing, to keep chasing my dreams. And I felt connected. I felt like God was leading me. Like anywhere I went, He was with me. And so, guys, that's how like taking leaps of faith and meeting people and getting good at what you do, all this plays together. All right. So I hope that was as impactful for you guys to hear as it was for me to share. And I really appreciate you guys sharing that. So let's get back to the tactical stuff, right? This is why you need to focus on your making money online for 2020. Okay, sorry. That headline, trash. This is why you need to focus on your online reputation and brand online for 2024 and beyond. Okay. Number one, everyone is online. Okay. Just between Facebook and Instagram, you literally can cover almost every demographic, every age group, every income class of people. You have everything from the richest of the rich to the poorest of the poor on Instagram and Facebook. That's just the reality. Okay. Old people use Facebook, old people use Instagram, young people use Facebook, young people use Instagram. Everybody's online. All right. And attention is the new currency online. Okay. If you can get attention, you can make money, right? I'm going to share with you guys some lead generation statistics for you guys to check out on the next page. We're going to talk about traditional advertising versus digital advertising. Guys, we're not reinventing the wheel. Advertising's been a product, been a service, been something that people have been buying since the dawn of business and probably the dawn of time in some way, shape, or form. So this is nothing new. This is just taking the best stuff or taking what's already worked and applying it now to a better platform. And I'm going to show you guys why. And by the way, we're not talking about posting organic social content. I'm not talking about posting on your social media every day. As far as I'm concerned, if you don't have a channel of getting new clients, that's a waste of time. Okay, eventually it'll pay off, but not in the beginning. All right, so the online opportunity, guys, 88% of consumer local business searches are on a mobile device. They either call or visit the business within 24 hours. 88% of local business searches. Did you know that? So 88% of the time when somebody searches a business, food near me, and they find a business, okay, they either call or visit the business within 24 hours. Do you know how much of a big deal that is for you if you're an agency owner that wants to help local service-based businesses show up on Google? I mean, you can just literally take that stat and run with it all the way to the bank. 88% of people that search you are going to call or visit the business within the next 24 hours. So you need to make sure that you're in the top ranking of search results. And that's how you would sell search engine optimization or Google paid ads. Every business needs a different style depending on where people are looking for them, right? Why digital marketing is so important for business. These are a little bit old stats, but just in 2022, 4.5 trillion e-commerce sales. 51% of people, smartphone users, will discover a new product online. I'd say that's probably way higher now. 25.1 billion was spent on social media ads and automation in 2023, and 22 billion will be spent on video advertising, or was spent on video advertising in 2022. So, guys, here's a couple stats that you need to know and where your opportunity lies in selling automation and selling speed to lead and selling nurturing packages. So half of all potential clients start their business search online, meaning your business needs to show up online, meaning your clients, if you're an agency, their businesses need to show up online. And this is something that you can specialize in, helping people get found organically or through paid traffic, helping them get more clients, right? 46% of businesses do not track their leads at all. Most businesses fail to collect even an email address from someone who has been a customer for years. It's a huge mistake. Okay, if you come in and you put a loyalty system in place for them and you just recover email addresses from their customers and add them to a mailing list, you will help them increase their revenue by that alone. And that alone will be something that somebody could pay you money every single month for years to come. 70% of businesses do not have a call to action on their website or embedded in their social media. A lot of businesses, guys, here's the thing with businesses, okay? Somebody's really good at baking cakes, okay? Beth, and people are like, Beth, you're so good at baking cakes. You should start a business baking cakes. We would buy your cakes. We'd be your first clients, da 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 da. So Beth's like, all right, fine. I'm going to start a business. She starts an LLC and she starts getting some orders, and suddenly she's making cakes all the time. Beth is started her business because she's good at baking cakes. She's selling in her business because she's good at making cakes. But she doesn't know how to do a website. She doesn't know how to do marketing. She doesn't know how to do follow-up. She doesn't know how to sell, close, negotiate. She doesn't know how to staff, hire, how to fire, how to build systems and processes. She doesn't know how to show up on Google. She doesn't even know how to log into a Zoom call, okay? And you're over here thinking that you can't earn her as a client? Sell her a website. Teach her how to make a call to action to increase her sales. Like, guys, a lot of us younger generation, we grew up around social media. You might think your skills of social media are useless. You might think the 5 hours a day you spend on Instagram Reels are pointless. Guess what? They're not. All that stuff is research. All that stuff is you learning. Now go apply it to a business owner. Go take it to them who doesn't understand social media, who hates social media, who didn't get social media until their brain was already fully developed, and it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks, right? So 70% of businesses do not have a call to action on their website or embedded in their social media. This is important to know. 85% of business owners have boosted a post, but only 37% are running ads through the back-end business manager the right way. So the boost post button on Facebook is basically a scam for business owners. It doesn't give you all the features that you need when you're running true ad campaigns. And a lot of business owners think they're running ads when they're boosting posts, but really the money's just going into the Zuck pot, as I call it. So you can get with them, those 85% that have spent money on advertising, that want to run ads, and you can actually show them how to do it the right way, or better yet, you can just handle it for them. 99% of business owners hate talking about marketing, but marketing is the lifeblood of their business, okay? Little secret. They hate talking about marketing. They love to talk about their goals and vision. Talk to them about their goals and vision. Then ask them about their plans to get there, and that's how you're going to bring marketing into the conversation. And it's a sore spot, it's a pain point, and guess what? We have solution A, B, C, D, E, F, G, everything for you that you need, right? We've got it all. We take care of everything. You don't have to do a thing. Okay, we'll build the systems. We'll work with your team. We're in this together, but it's not going to be cheap. People will pay for your expertise. All right. If you've ever heard about the story of the guy who his boat is broken. His boat's broken for like a really long time, and he takes it to one guy, and one guy's like, yeah, it'll be $100 to fix it. He tries to fix it, he can't do it. Another guy takes it, he's like, yeah, it'll be $1,000 to fix it, he can't fix it. And then he goes to another guy, and the guy's like, yeah, it's going to be 20 grand to fix your boat. It's like, 20 grand? He's like, yeah, but I'm going to make sure it's done. And the guy's like, okay, man, sure. Pays him the 20 grand. The guy takes a wrench, goes over to the boat, tightens one knot, gets his 20 grand and says, all right, I'm done. The guy's like, 20 grand? You just ripped me off. That took you 2 seconds to do. And he's like, man, you're not paying for the 2 seconds. You're paying for the 20 years that I had to invest into boats to figure out exactly what knot to turn at exactly which time in order to do that. So you're not paying me for the 2 seconds it took me to do the job. You're paying me for the 20 years that it took me to learn how to do those 2 seconds, right? So there's that analogy. And that's the thing. People will pay you for the time that you've put into this stuff. That's why when I first started, I just listened to every YouTube video I could. I just soaked up the information. I read every book. Before I knew it, I was like And then I talked to a lot of people and I learned from them, and I'm always learning and I'm still learning to this day. But before I knew it, I was like good at this stuff, and it kind of made sense to me. I'm a little bit more creative. The one class that I did pass in school was writing. Okay, was English, and that came into copywriting, which copywriting is the art of sales through language, and that transfers into other forms of sales through video, through images, and you get my point, right? So those are some things to consider. People will pay for your expertise when you've dedicated the time to become the expert. All right. Speed to lead. This is how you guys can sell. So many business owners have a problem with their follow up. If you just type in any business around you, like just type in something crazy, just seeing like, just type in anything. Sorry, I just got a weird ass comment. But you could just go and type in anything you want, like type in car dealers near me. And you could go to any of their websites, car dealers near me. Okay. And find one that's not running ads. Okay, so like this bottom one, it still shows up on Google. Victoria's Auto Sales LLC. I can go to their website. I can click this get quote button and I can fill in all my information. And I guarantee you, they're not going to text me. They're not going to call me. They're not going to hit me up till tomorrow. Okay, and all this is going to be relevant in a second, guys. Need a car, 5K down. I'm going to put. All right, I just sent in the lead. And look at what it says at the end. It just gave me a little note, a little tiny little message, and it just said, message sent, we'll get back to you. Wow, great. Now I'm just going to wait. And let me see. Automated text. Nope. Let me see. Automated email, at least. Let's see. Nope. Okay, so they have nothing set up. No automated text, no automated email. Nobody's going to call me. And the reason I show you guys that is because if you go and audit websites all across the country, probably all across the world, you're going to find that they don't have these things in place. But check this out. Speed to lead stats. 78% of customers buy from the company that responds to their inquiry first. So people, like, if I just put in that inquiry and then I went to another car dealership site and put in another one, the first person that calls me is getting my business 78% of the time. All right. Another stat that's very important. You're 7 times more likely to qualify leads when reaching out within 1 hour as opposed to just 1 hour later. Harvard Business Review did that study. Okay. So if you want to lose 80% of your leads, just wait till actually after 5 minutes is the other stat that is in this study that we pulled as well. 21 times more effective when calling within 5 minutes of the prospect first contact as opposed to calling after 30 minutes. That's a Lead Simple study. 21 times more effective when calling within 5 minutes. Okay, so if they just called me within this 5-minute window, they're going to be 21 times more effective. Imagine closing 21% more deals. All right. Check this out. 391% increase in lead conversions when responding within 1 minute. So if they would just send me a personalized text and take me off the platform within 1 minute, I'd be way, way more likely to actually do business with them. Right. And, since people don't do these things, only 7% of companies respond to leads within 5 minutes, while 55% of companies respond in 5 or more days, if at all. And when they do respond, they call you. They don't have a script. They don't know how to build rapport. They're weird. And they just need a lot of help with this stuff. If they just fixed this leaky bucket, they would be so much more successful as businesses. All right. I see this even in the biggest industries like car dealers. You'd expect them to be good at following up with leads. They're like supposed to be cutthroat salespeople. No, they're even worse. It took me just today. I had a client that we upsold a new service to. We're going to call his leads for him because he said, "Hey, Nate, why are we not closing deals?" And I said, "I don't know." And I submitted a fake lead. Okay. Mike Smith, $5,000 down, wants to buy a truck as soon as possible, had all the information. Took them 3.5 days to call me. 78% of customers buy from the company that responds to their inquiry first. I'm already gone and bought a truck somewhere else. I told the owner that, and the owner, really cool guy, he's like, yeah, you're right. It's us. It's not you guys. It's us. We want to increase our budget. We want to buy your other service, and we want to fix this. That's what you can do when you show people their weaknesses. But if I was just another lead provider, I'd say, I don't know, it's the leads. We'll try something different on the ads, and I wouldn't hold them accountable. Well, then they never really grow. Okay. And here's some more stats followed up. Here's the one I was talking about, Vendasta, which is a big marketing platform, so to speak. 80% decrease in your odds of qualifying the lead after 5 minutes has elapsed. Imagine getting 10 leads for $100. Okay. And then throwing away 8 out of 10 of those leads, throwing away $80. Okay. Just literally destroying them. And then having 2 leads to follow up with. So for $100, now your cost per lead goes to $50 cost per lead instead of a $10 cost per lead. And your conversion rate probably goes way down from that too. You're 10 times less likely to have leads respond if your outreach takes more than 5 minutes. 10 times less likely. That's a lead response management study. That was actually from MIT. And sorry. Bless me. Thank you. 73% of leads never get followed up with at all. What a sad story. If you could just take those leads that never get followed up with and identify business owners that need to have those followed up with and be the guy that calls, texts, and emails them, you could build your own schedule, follow up with those leads whenever you want, get them more customers in the door. And like for a car dealership, they make about $3,000 to $5,000 profit every single deal. So imagine you just help them recover 1 or 2 deals a month and they make an extra $6,000 a month. They'll pay you $1,500 a month easily. You know, we've got people on retainer from anywhere from $1,500 a month all the way up to $7,500 a month retainer that they're just paying us to do the services. Okay, businesses will pay for these things because these are big money problems. 30% of prospects go to a competitor if not contacted. That's just simple. I mean, if I reach out to a company, I need a plumbing job, and I reach out and I don't get any response, then I'm going to hit up the next person. All right. So those are some things that you guys have to be aware of. Speed to lead and making sure no lead slips through the cracks. Super important, super big leaky bucket to patch for all clients. All right, guys, let's switch gears. Now let's talk about traditional advertising versus digital advertising. Okay. So the cost to reach 2,000 people. All right. If you look at traditional advertising, like you look at billboards and you look at TV ads and you look at print flyers and you look at radio and you look at mailers, which I guess we talked about flyers, or sponsoring an event, you know, getting a big flyer at a monster truck show. If you look at all those things, the problem is that placement is stuck there. Okay, so let's just look at a billboard, for example. You guys ever wonder how much those billboards cost that you see in your city? Average going price for a billboard is about $2,500. And that's on not a busy highway, not in a big city. I'm talking an average billboard is $2,500. And you know what? They sell them on 6 to 12-month contracts usually. So those billboards you see are business owners. The business owners that you see on there are literally spending, let's just say it's a yearly contract, $30,000 to get a billboard. But the problem with the billboard is you print something and you put it up there and then it's up there. You can't just test a different color or a different headline or a different copy and see the results. The other problem, people can't click a billboard. So how can you really track it? The other problem, you're paying not just to reach the local audience there that you want to reach. Like, let's say if you're a life insurance for senior citizens or something like that. You're not just going to be able to show that to senior citizens. Okay, you're going to be showing that to babies and young people and adults and people that can't qualify for your service and people that would never be interested in your service and people that you just downright wouldn't want as clients. You're paying a premium price on that billboard to show those ads to everyone. Okay, and that's whack when you compare it to digital, which is way, way better. So, on traditional ads, you're paying to reach everyone. There's no pinpointed targeting. It's hard to track an ROI. I don't remember the last time I clicked on a billboard. We all know those jingles from whatever, Nationwide is on your side. But when I go to get insurance, I just type in affordable in car insurance for 20 whatever year old guys. Like, I don't type in Nationwide. I don't think like Nationwide. Like, branding is not necessarily lead generation. So what I do, guys, it's called direct response advertising. Okay, one of the OGs of this was Dan Kennedy. Okay, another one is um, obviously this guy up here, Alex Hormozy, but there's another one, and he has the Halbert letters and the Gary Halbert. For some reason, I was going to say Jim Halbert, and I think that's the guy from The Office. It's a long day, guys. Sorry. But the Gary Halbert letter, this is a really, really great example of copywriting and direct response advertising, okay? This is way different than branding. A lot of the companies you see just doing branding, they're not actually running ads that get sales. They're just running ads so people stay top of mind. And there is some validity to staying top of mind. The rule of sevens says that you need to show up in a 7-day period at least 7 times for your prospect or your consumer to be able to make a conversion decision or a purchase with you. So the rule of 7 impressions over 7 days. But I don't like to make my impressions just a jingle where somebody isn't actually knowing what to buy, right? Like, for example, Nationwide is on your side. That doesn't really tell me the logical or emotional side of what I'm going to get versus like Root Car Insurance. They're like, hey, are you tired of super expensive car insurance? They're running YouTube ads. And they're like, hey, are you tired of super expensive car insurance? Well, check this out. We do it different and da 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 and a premium, and you can get better prices, and click below right now. Like, that is a direct response ad that somebody's going to click on because it's actually relevant and logical. I'm not just going to go with Nationwide because they sang a jingle to me that I remember. I'll remember that thing until I die, but I'll probably never, like, I wouldn't type anything in from there. Okay. So to drill the point home, you never click on radio ads. You never click on billboards. You rarely are going to click on anything from a Hulu ad, even, or a TV ad. Like, it's very rare. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist, because those things are successful. Print, all of this stuff can work to get clients, and you will see some of these traditional things make a comeback. Like, we're getting into direct mail now for our dealership clients. Like, this stuff does work to some extent. But it's just not like, you got to think, if a business owner is spending 30 grand a year to have one billboard, imagine that 30 grand into digital ads. They can pay you freaking $1,000 a month and then put the rest in an ad budget, and they're going to see immense returns in comparison to what they were paying already for traditional. So the pitch isn't, hey, go shell out a bunch of new money for advertising. The pitch is literally, yo, you're already spending a lot on advertising. Let's allocate some of that budget over to some of these new digital things. And business owners don't need to be sold on the benefits of social media anymore. They believe in that. They just need to find the right person that can actually deliver for them, and they'll be happy to do business with you. Okay. And like I said, traditional ads are expensive and hard to test variables. Digital ads, on the other hand, they're laser focused targeting. You can pinpoint target a geolocation, a demographic, an interest. There's a tons of different ways you can target. You can directly attribute if it's working or not. You can see pretty quick if it's working, if it's generating sales. Everything's tracked and transparent, so you can see all that. It's easy to test and measure, right? So it's very easy to test and measure different ads. You can do split tests. You can test hundreds of different ads at the same time, and you can set a budget that works for you. I know business owners that are running some campaigns for as low as $1 a day just to keep them out there. And although I'd recommend investing more if you're going to get into it, but yeah, I mean, you can set a budget as that works for you as low as $1 a day. I mean, just to push something out there to some new eyeballs, right? And cost to reach 2,000 people in an audience. For radio, you're going to spend about $150 to reach 2,000 people. Newspaper, it's going to cost you $250 to reach 2,000 people. A magazine, it's going to cost you $500. And for direct mail, mailing letters to people's houses, it's going to cost you about $900 to reach 2,000 people. On search, you can reach 2,000 people for $50, and on social networking, you can reach 2,000 people for $75. Sometimes even less. Okay, just depending on your ads and how good you are at making videos and reels and stuff like that. So, guys, there's 33,185,550 businesses in the United States alone. There's less than 100 marketing agencies. When people say this stuff is saturated, it's not. There's a lot of people telling you that are selling you on the dream. Oh, it's so easy. I got 50 clients all paying me $1,000 a month, and they never. It's not that easy, and that's why you have such an opportunity here, because the bar is set way lower than you think. People that are really quality and really good are actually hard to come by. All right. I just interviewed, kind of funnel hacked a really, really big agency, and their sales process was horrible to sit through. I mean, the guy did not care about me at all, and I could just feel it sucked. Like, I would close 90% more deals than him any day long. And it's because I actually care. And so remember this, and I tell this to my clients, I tell this to my team. At the end of the day, the person that wins is the person that cares the most. If you care the most about your campaigns, your client results, your client impact that you can make with them, if you just care the most, you will win. Okay? Because business owners need trusted marketers. They need a guy, they need a girl that they can go to for a marketing campaign, to push out a new promotion, to launch a new product. And that can be you when you get your skills up. But you have to get your skills up. So here's an example of a tremendous impact that I had on a business that was really close to me. You can see me in the bottom, or in the top picture in the bottom left, in the blue gi with the big long white belt. That's me as a white belt. I'm a purple belt now in jiu-jitsu. And this is when my instructor Jordan launched his kids class. Okay, he had just launched his kids class, and he couldn't have been more thrilled. And he didn't know how he was going to get more kids. And I said, hey man, let's start running ads for this. And I started running the ads for him. I texted every lead, I called every lead, I booked the appointments, I rescheduled the ones that missed it. And after just about 6 months working with him, he was able to get new mats, new lighting, max out his kids program, split it into every different age group, have his gym completely full, and now he's completely at max capacity, and they're moving to another location. And the best part is, look at all those kids that are impacted and lives changed forever from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, when you do this, you have the opportunity to change lives. Okay. I helped my instructor transform his life. His video testimonial is up on my YouTube channel. You guys can check that out. I'd play it here, but I already went super long winded on this. So I hope you guys are riffing and it's all cool for you. Yeah, we're just going to send it. So who does this stuff work best for, right? It's best for established local or national service-based or e-commerce businesses. It's not really that good for startups, okay? If somebody's starting up, unless they've got like crazy money to invest, it doesn't really work as well for them, because they need to have an already defined follow-up and sales process. If they don't have these things, you're going to be like you're going to be swimming against the current, and it's going to be really, really hard for you to get upstream, because you're going to have to not only fight against, well, do we have a good offer? Are we getting good leads? But you're also having to fight against, like, do they just suck at sales? Do they have any proof of concept? Like, it's going to be a really uphill battle for you guys. And I wouldn't recommend working with people like that unless it's like they're starting out, you're starting out, and you're going to work together just to get like a case study. But yeah, I'd be really careful with beginner businesses or things that don't have proof of concept. I've done it before and it has worked before, but it's always kind of hit or miss. So just watch out for that. Find people that are looking to scale with capacity to handle growth. Somebody that's already maxed out and literally doesn't have the operational infrastructure to handle more business. Don't try to sell them on more business. Maybe you could sell them on recruiting. Maybe you could sell them on anything that saves them time. People will buy different services based on different reasons. People will buy something that makes them money. That's pretty much first and foremost. People want to buy things that make them money, save them time, give them time back. And then there's a fourth one that people buy based on, and people will buy based on something that makes them look good or feel good. Okay. It has nothing to do with logic. It's all emotional. So those are like ego sales. And that'd be like a new banner for their website, or like something that makes them look really good. Like those are some things that people buy. I like to sell things that save people time and make people money, because that to me is life transforming things. And it's a bonus if I can also stroke their ego in there too, build them some reputation, make them look really good on social media. Right. And try to find successful and already winning businesses. I always tell my team, we like to help winners win more. We don't like to help the guy that's been having a rough streak to improve, because those are the same guys that are like, I've tried everything, nothing works for me, my team's great, we just need more people in front of us and we close them down and everybody loves us and da 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 da. It's like, yeah, but something's off, right? I always read people's reviews. You got to have at least above a 4-star review in order to work with us, ideally even higher than that, but some things happen, people out of people's control. But like, yeah, like you want to make sure you're working with somebody that's like legit and they're good at what they do and they're professional and they take care of their clients, because then you're just plugging into a success system. You're plugging in a success system to a success system, and you would be so surprised by how many people don't know the basics of digital advertising. You can learn a little bit of this stuff and be super sharp and literally crush with this. Okay, so the industries that I've worked with personally, car dealerships, everything from the independent small mom and pop car dealership you see, all the way up to the big guys, the Chevys, the Jeeps. We work with the #1 Jeep store in the nation. Last year, we spent $30,000 on their ads, and they made back $500,000 off 103 car sales that they did, just shy of 500,000. But imagine spending less than 50 grand to make just less than a $500,000 in gross profit. Okay, talking profit, not just revenue. Okay, gyms and fitness. Okay, jiu-jitsu gyms. I help my academy out 174 members. Um, uh, mostly white belts. The gym that I started at, the new gym that I train at, I've worked with them. We helped this guy in San Diego double his monthly reoccurring revenue, go from, he was making about $7,500 a month, really established gym too, just didn't have like a lead gen system, to making about 15,000 a month. He was closing 3 new students every single week. And then his gym maxed out, and that's a great problem to have. Fitness, Total Fitness Kickboxing, I helped them to increase their revenue up 71% after COVID. And then I helped him and his other gyms. There was like 6 gyms he sent me as referrals. They were doing anywhere from 30 to up to 61 new members every single month by spending $20 to $50 a day on Facebook ads, and I'll show you guys exactly what we do. But yeah, beauty and aesthetic, nails, nail techs, makeup, eyelashes, all those things are great for lead generation. Coaches and consultants, especially ones that are super legit, ones that are starting out, can be a little woo-woo, kind of hard there. Home improvement, solar, restoration, windows, patio cleanings, anything. Okay. Restaurants, these can be harder because they're smaller ticket. They don't have huge marketing budgets, but they still need to show up on Google. They need more reviews. There's services to be done there. Martial arts academies. I just talked about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Sure, karate would work great, taekwondo, whatever it is. Real estate is great if you can get somebody to buy, to list an off-market property. That's worth a ton of money. If you can get them to buy or to sell their property with you, that's worth a ton of money. And if you can get them to list an off-market property with your realtor and the realtor sells it through your ad, that's called double dipping. They get commissions on both sides. They're going to stay with you for life, right? B2B, business to business. Okay, there's some businesses that just work directly with other businesses, accountants, CPAs, tax attorneys, all that kind of stuff. And a lot of times they don't know how to get other clients outside of referrals and word of mouth. So you can build them a lead engine, a lead system that helps them to generate appointments on their calendar. Insurance, events, marketing, pushing paid traffic to events and getting more ticket sales. We've done that. E-commerce, we've broken people's business, everything from drop shipping to custom handmade wooden signs to I work with one of the biggest jiu-jitsu manufacturing companies in the world, who is well, let's just say that your boy is going to be working with Nike before you know it. Okay, so we're getting close. Agencies, okay, I've helped agencies to scale, and solar companies as well. So This industries, these work great with a lot of them. I don't take on all these industries as clients anymore because you have to become a mini expert in every single industry in order to like make it work for them. And so what I found that works the best for me is actually choosing one industry I could go super deep with. And the same thing that works for the car dealer in Florida also works for the car dealer in Georgia, Texas, Alaska, New Hampshire. Like it's the same formula in all these different places. And so scaling it that way, it allows me to really, really get a huge ROI on my time and have a really scalable system. But I could have chosen any of these industries and made myself a little fortune and made myself a great business. Okay. So some success stories, guys, to get you hyped on this, and you're going to have your own success stories, one way or another. But for me, this is what really sold me on this, and I continually remind myself of these things whenever I need to, because this stuff, I mean, this is life changing stuff. So Spearfish Martial Arts added an extra $180,000 gross profit per year just from me running their ads, and I actually ran them for free for a long time starting out. Total Fitness Kickboxing shattered their record month for new signups with 46 new members in the first 30 days. After 5 months, their revenue was up 71%. And the guy said to me, he said, "You saved my business. After COVID and after everything, you saved my business." He ended up sending me 5 other gyms, referrals, and, paid me close to 38, 40 grand. And we're still working together to this day. Very, very thankful for that opportunity. Very thankful for all the members I was able to get in their gym and showing them how to do this, Logos BJJ, the academy that I train at now, I've helped add over $500,000 of lifetime value with just about a $10,000 investment into ads. The ads were literally printing money. The mats were full of people. We had people showing up every day, and they would look at me kind of funny. I was just in class participating, but they'd look at me kind of funny. And I realized this because I was in the video ads. So if you guys watch my other training where I teach how to make good ads, it's in here. It's another free one. It literally I show that, and I show the exact ads that I built for that. But I recorded the videos myself, edited them myself, and pushed them out there. And it's been super cool to see that gym grow. They've expanded their mats, and we've got a bunch of white belts. We've got a bunch of people. But the best part, the silver lining to that, is 170 people get to add a new skill to their life, a new hobby to their life, a new art form that they get to practice, a new stress reliever, and that makes them better fathers, better brothers, better sons, better daughters, better workers, better citizens, and better people in humanity. And I get to look at the end of the day and know that my system, my lead generation actually impacted that. And that's what it's really about, guys. I used to think this was about the money. It's not. This is all about the impact you make. Okay, small businesses are the backbone of society, especially in this country. Major corporations are trying to take over everything, and being able to put money in the pocket of a small business owner, a local business, a family business. There's nothing more satisfying than that, guys, for real. And I've got dozens of other successful case studies, guys, literally hundreds. Like Zach Colburn, we scaled him from under 10K a month to 100,000 per month with his online course to now he's doing about $250,000 a month. Dude's crushing everything. Lakewood Engravings, we literally broke their business. They had to hire friends and family to come and work in their shop, and we didn't hear from them for weeks, and we thought something was wrong. And then the guy, he's like, "I just got my head above water. We've got more orders than we can handle." I think we spent I've got the exact screenshot somewhere. I don't want to misquote it, but it was something like $700 to make like $7,800 in sales. It was like a quick 10x ROI, and the guy was selling a $125 wood engrain sign that he would wood engrain himself, and he got all these orders over Black Friday before Christmas, and it was just crazy. The dude was like, "Dude, I never thought my business could do this. You guys are amazing." And this is how I've grown my operation too. So I get new clients. Like, you guys can look at this. You guys can look at this right now. Look at my calendar. Excuse me. Okay, see all those red lines there? Each one of these red lines, each one of these red bars right here, this is a sales call with an actual prospect who saw my ad and booked a appointment directly on my calendar to reach out to me. And that's pretty much the number one way that I get new clients. Okay. If it's not a referral, then it's from paid ads. Okay. And I get a couple people through like content that I post on YouTube, and I get a couple people through, what we're doing with email and LinkedIn, but nothing has been better than paid ads. Okay. So here's how it works, guys. Here's the simplicity of it, and here's how it works. So we have our ads channel, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, etc. And then those go to an offer. Okay. So I talk about different kind of offers in another one of my videos. I'll teach you guys more about them in another one, but you got to have some kind of offer, free training, and there's a lot to offers. So that's like, in my paid program, I really go over and teach people how to make their offer. But in this, like, you just have to have an offer that people want and that's proven and validated multiple times over. So what we do is we run ads on the platform with an offer. The people claim the offer. Okay. They send in their email, their name, their phone, their information of the offer. And then what we do is we redirect them to a calendar or to call or to go to the website where they can directly make an action that puts them closer to the sale. All we're doing as lead generators is we're taking people from where they're at, a consumer that has a problem, and bringing them closer to a business that has the solution. And we're bridging the gap in that process and making it very simple for people. And we're moving them closer to the sale. Okay. We're getting them to the next step, and we're walking them through the process. And you'd think that business owners would do this better, but they don't. And that's the opportunity for us. Right. And then what we do is we have an automation software that's super sick. I have a custom platform that I use for all my leads. And what we do is we organize and nurture leads with email, text message, and ringless voicemail messaging automatically, so that all these leads, we get to them super fast. We have speed to lead, and no lead ever slips through the cracks. Okay. And everything funnels back to that calendar page where we're moving them closer to the sale. If you can get a booked appointment to show up in a business, you've done all you can do as a marketer. If somebody shows up to a business, they see an ad, they click the ad, they book a time on a calendar, they show up to the business, and they're there, you've done all you can do as a marketer. There's a big difference between marketing and sales. You can't close leads for businesses. Maybe there's a way you can, but at least from what I've found is I haven't been able to close car deals for car dealers. You can get people as close to the sale as you can, but at the end of the day, if you get somebody in somebody's door, that's a win. Okay. So we really prioritize getting people on the calendar and then getting them to show up to the business. And then what happens with the business owner past that, that's their responsibility to improve their sales process. And we do have some training for that as well. But, essentially our goal is to get somebody on the calendar and then get them to show up to the business. And what that leads to is, yay, new clients. Here's the simplest form of it. I'm sure you guys have all seen this before. Lead generation campaign, saying a free trial, redirects to a calendar. Person shows or they don't. When they show up, you get to sell them, you get to meet them, you get to build rapport, and you get a new client out of that. Okay, so the 3 pillars to scale revenue online. Okay, there's 3 pillars that every business can be focused on. And this is if you guys are an agency that's starting out, or you're a business owner that wants to grow your business, these are the 3 pillars that you need to focus on. First is conversion optimization. Okay, is your website a brick wall that people get to and it just stumps them and they can't engage with it and they get overwhelmed and there's too many different buttons and too many different things going on, so they just bounce off of it? If so, that's a huge problem. We should probably get that taken care of. Okay, so optimize your website, optimize your online, we call it a funnel. Okay, optimize your online funnel for conversions, meaning optimize it to sell stuff, to get conversations, to get people in the door. Complexity kills business. Simplicity sells. Okay, making stuff so simple that when somebody lands on your website, they're going to come and they're going to convert. Database reactivation. Remember that lead that we just sent in a little bit ago for that company? I still haven't received a single text, a single email, nothing. Yeah, absolutely nothing. Okay. And this is not just that business. You can go and like we saw the stat, I think it's like some 78% of businesses don't follow up with leads at all, or 78% of leads don't get followed up with at all, or something like that. So what you can do is, every business owner has a contact us form on their website, and a lot of websites, they 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 send in a lead on the contact us form, and then those leads go into the website portal. So if it's like WordPress or Shopify or some of these other like GoDaddy or whatever the website is hosted on, it'll have a little inbox for leads. And a lot of times those leads don't even send the business owner a notification. They don't send them a text update or anything like that. So the business owner literally doesn't even know that they just got a text message, and or they just got a contact us form on their website. And so where do all those leads go? If you ask a business owner, some of them will just tell you like they go in a black hole to die. Like, I don't know where they go. And that literally happens. And I've seen that 1,000 times. So what you can do is what we call database reactivation. And what that is you're going to take all the leads in their database. That's all the leads that they've generated over the years, or maybe just in the last 90 days through their website, and you'll send them out a message. You'll make an offer for them, and you'll send them out a message, and you can literally fill their calendar just by following up with their old leads without spending any money on advertising. So if I was just starting out, I would really focus on helping a business get a new client from database reactivation, and then invest the profit that they make from that new client that you recovered that was a lost client, and then run paid ads with the profit that they make for that. It's a self-liquidating offer. So you offer, hey, I'll help you get a new client from with $0 in ad spend. And then after you make that money from the new client, we'll reinvest into paid ads so we can keep this thing going. What do you say? Most people are going to say yes to you. It's a really easy sale. We call it a Trojan horse offer. You lead in with database reactivation. You sell them paid ads on the back end. Okay. Conversion optimization, we talked about this a little bit. You have to keep your website relevant and get more new clients from it. There's different ways to optimize your website for conversions, the layout and design, make it easier to connect, making sure your reviews are on there. Chat widgets do help. Sometimes they hurt, but having a place where people can just send in a quick chat, hey, I got a question about this. And it's best not to use the AI responder chat widgets because they suck. It's best to actually use a chat widget that will get a text message. So our platform actually does that automatically, where they just add this code to their website, or we add it, and then it has a chat widget where when somebody puts in their information, we get them in text, and then we're texting them back and forth. So it's way better there. Click to call buttons. Every restaurant especially should have a big button that says click to call, and they press the button and then they call the business. You know, a lot of people don't have that, and they should. And websites are dying off. Okay, websites are like, there's so many things to click on. We talked about it's kind of a brick wall versus a funnel, and a funnel has one goal, and that's just to book somebody on a call, or to get them to buy something, or to get them to take the next action with you. Database reactivation, focusing on the leads you have. We did this with a small list for a Denver car dealership, and they actually made $25,600. They sold 4 vehicles, and they made great profits on those 4 vehicles, like insane profits. And that was all off of us hitting up their old list of about, like, it was like 500 leads, and they ended up selling $25,000 worth of cars. I think it was like 4 or 5, maybe 6 cars they sold. But they made a ton of money off that. And it was, guess how much they had to invest to do that? 0. We just sent out the text. It took me like 2 minutes to set it up, and they made $25,000 off it. Imagine one text making a business owner $25K. If I put that into an ad and started running it nationwide, I would get new clients from that alone. But I've already got my new clients coming in with my S.C.A.L.E system, and I don't have the capacity to take on a lot more clients. And that's literally why I'm opening this up to you guys and showing you guys all about what this is and what it looks like and what I do. You know, so because at a certain point, I just can't scale anymore. There's more business out here. There's more opportunity than I can handle. So if y'all can get on this level, you could start taking advantage of it too. The highest converting database reactivation script that we use is contact first name, question mark, Nate, Nick, Bryce, Melinda, question mark. Most people are going to be like, yeah, who is this? And it's like, oh, this is XYZ Clinic. We just wanted to know if you still wanted to get scheduled for a free exam and adjustment. Next week, we have 10 slots. Should I put you down for one? Yes, please put me down for one. Awesome. Can you come in this day? Boom, boom, boom. Book the appointment. Now they got a client. Okay. And usually with database reactivation and follow-up in general, people just don't put enough volume into it. You have to increase the volume. Paid ads 101, the philosophy of social media ads It's a lot like growing a garden. Okay. For those of you that are gardeners here or have grown a garden, it's a thing where you're you're not going to just plant some seeds. This is what a lot of people think. They think they're going to just plant some seeds in their garden and then they're just going to be able to harvest the fruit and eat a tomato or a watermelon or a cucumber the next day. And it's like, that's not how it works. First, you got to till the soil. You got to, to do whatever gardener thing you have to do. I'm not a gardener, so I don't know, but I imagine you have to do a lot of pre-work to get the space ready, digging the plots or whatever. You got to fertilize it. You got to plant the seeds. You got to water the seeds. Oh, there's weeds that are coming. Oh, there's termites. Oh, there's snakes. There's all these things. You got to get them out of your garden. You got to watch out for those things. Then you got to, as it's growing, you got to shade it over the sun. You got to do all these things, right? And that's just how advertising is. Okay, it's a lot more like growing a garden than it's like eating a magic limitless pill. It's not that at all. It's not a get rich quick formula, but it is something where, like Alex Hormozy, this guy, what he says is, first you're going to feel good because you're investing money in paid ads. You're going to be like, yeah, the ads are launched. I feel great about this. Let's take over the world. And then you're not going to get any leads for a couple of days. And you're going to be like, or maybe you're going to get 2 leads that are bad because the system's warming up. The algorithm has to do its thing. It takes some time. And then you're going to be like, dude, this sucks. And for a while, you're going to be losing money. Literally, you're just going to feel like you're losing money. Okay. I felt it a lot of times, especially when I launch a new campaign. And I'm not launching at $50 a day. We're starting out at $200 a day. So you're just boom, boom, boom. No bookings. It's been 4 days. Should we turn it off? No, keep it. Hold it. Then out of nowhere, your calendar gets filled with appointments and you start printing money. Okay. And this is where social media ads take this dramatic scaling effect where all of a sudden you start having more conversations than you can handle, and you start building a sales team, and then they're stacked, and then they're closing deals. And so you can increase your ad spend, and then your cost per acquisition is roughly $1,000. Every $1,000 I spend, I get a $3,000 a month client. So you just keep putting money into it, and it's a money-making machine. Okay, so paid ads are the fastest way to scale. If you have a proven offer, a proven proof of concept, and a good funnel, you can take paid ads all the way to the top. Okay, rule of sevens, 7 impressions in the matter of 7 days in order for somebody to make a purchasing decision or a conversion with you. I do see that to be true. So in your paid ads, on the back end of my paid ads, I have a thank you page that has a bunch of homework, a bunch of resources and stuff like that. Very important to have. And the idea with paid ads is you're putting in $1 and you're getting back 2. If we had an ATM, if you and I were at a bar somewhere, or maybe a restaurant, we don't have to be at a bar. I don't really go to bars, but let's say we're somewhere and we see this machine and you look over and you're like, Nate, I think that guy just put in $1 and $2 spit out. I'm like, no way. Let's try it. And we go over and we pull out our wallet and we put in $1 and it spits out $2. How many dollars would we put into that machine? As many as we had. We'd be literally emptying out our dollars, just put them in there to get a 2x ROI. Because if I can put in $100 and get back $200, I'm going to do that every day. People go to Vegas, they don't get that, So the idea is if you can at least produce a 2x ROI, people will stay with you. But my goal is never to just generate a 2x ROI. My goal is to generate a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25x ROI like I have for a lot of my clients. But the 2x is like, it's put in $1 and get back 2. That's the beauty of paid ads. And guys, big brands use these same tools accessible to all the local service-based businesses in your market and you as well. Brands like Ford, Visa, Nike, Amex, Slack, Disney, Hulu, you name it, all use ads. Even TikTok uses Facebook ads to sell TikTok ads. Even Snapchat uses Facebook ads to sell Snapchat ads. These platforms don't just do this because they have buttloads of money. Yes, they also have buttloads of money, but they do this because of the results that it brings them. And as we're talking here, I just got another appointment booked with one of my leads. The ads, I'm here working, and the ads are working too, 24/7. Yeah, I probably spent $200 today, but that client's going to jump on a call with me tomorrow, and I just got to close them down. And the minimum I'm going to close them down on is $1,500 a month for 4 months. I'm fine. I'm spending $200 for an appointment. And right now we're getting appointments for like $25 to $30. So use paid ads. The mindset behind this system is the most important. Don't give up too early. Okay. A lot of people either don't spend enough or they spend too much on something that's not going to work in the first place, and then they give up on it really early. You should be looking at least like an 8-day to 3-week conversion window to tell if a campaign really works. If it's local, you can usually tell within like 3-4 days. If it's something that's more business to business, more professional service, more something that's high ticket and people aren't as in the market for it, then you're going to want to let that thing run for a few weeks or a few months before you even touch it and take any analysis. Okay, and that's why you have to have a proof of concept in order to really scale this. But yeah, once you get something that works, just run the play and do more of what works. Okay, so many business owners, they're like, yeah, well, we used to run these ads, and yeah, they work really well, but we just stopped. And now we're looking at doing an AI machine, and I think that sounds good. And it's like, well, you were running paid ads before, and you said that worked. Like, tell me a little bit more about it. Yeah, we had our best months off that. And why did you stop? Oh, just because it was a lot to keep up with. Like, people will literally just stop doing something that works just because they just didn't realize it works that well. And then they'll be wondering why their business is suffering. And it's like, you just are the guy that holds them accountable and says, hey, let's bring back the paid ads. They work really well. We'll make them even better this time. And we'll make sure that they keep running for the longevity so that you can reach your ultimate goal of opening a new location or whatever their dream goal is. It's important to find that out too. With paid ads, test, monitor, optimize, refine, scale, and repeat over and over and over, day after day after day. Listen to your clients. Like investigate what the results that they're getting on, how the leads are coming in. Check how the follow-up's going, which you can automate all this through my platform. Figure out all that stuff, right, in order to figure out what's really going on. But once you know that something's working, then you just want to really hone in on that thing and then not really try to reinvent the wheel. So, yeah. Good advertising is good communication, guys. This couldn't be more true. It's like, to run good ads, you just have to be a good communicator. You literally just say the stuff the best. I had a mentor one time. He told me that this burger place, they built their name by saying, we're the most clean burger shack in all of LA, or whatever it was. And people started flocking there. And they're like, well, you guys are the most clean. And they weren't any cleaner than the other guys. All of them were clean, but they just communicated it the best. So there's a such thing as perception is reality. And that's what you see with advertising. It's like, some people don't know that you're the best, service for real estate professionals to grow their thing, or they don't know that you have the best Brazilian jiu-jitsu classes in all of Denver. Best Brazilian jiu-jitsu class in all of Denver. They don't know that until you tell them. So it's all about who tells it best. And you're just making your client into a good communicator and then putting a megaphone behind that. That's all paid ads are. And lead magnets, this is a way that you can get leads a little bit less direct. I like to run just direct offers, but this is another way that you can get people in the door too. And guys, I hope you're chilling with me right now. I hope this is providing a ton of value. I really, really do hope this changes your life and completely revolutionizes you. If it does, please let me know. Guys, like sometimes, like things, I mean, it's hard for everybody at times, right? So just like, if this stuff is working out for you guys and it's helpful for you, just let me know. And I'll keep doing this kind of stuff, because I really find a lot of passion in it. I find a lot of enjoyment in it, and I'm an open book too. So you can message me here, but let's power through this. All right. Cause I told you I was going to come and I wasn't going to hold back any punches. All right. So lead magnet examples, you can do a free trial. You can do a discount. You can do a coupon. You can do a direct offer. That's not as much a lead magnet as it's just like, hey, here's my product, buy it. Here's what we do. If you're tired of this and you want to get this, here's the benefits. And then resources. This is the easiest way to get leads, offering a free ebook, a free copy and paste script, a free training, a free guide. All of those will get you a lot of leads, but they'll be, low intent leads. They won't be really trying to buy. They're just trying to like grab your guide and, so it's going to take a lot more work to convert them. That's why I like to run just direct offer kind of campaigns. And here's some examples, guys. Remember I told you Lakewood Engravings? Here's his ads right here. Check this out, guys. Lakewood Engravings, we broke this guy's business right here. Okay. All it said is customizable, one-of-a-kind artwork that represents all things we love about lake life, the perfect gift for family. And then he's got his lake sign right here, beautiful one-of-a-kind custom-crafted lake sign. And then after on the See More, we just had like 4 reviews of people that said, hey, I bought it for my husband. He loved it, blah, blah, blah. But look at the bottom here. It says 37 purchase conversions. He made $7,630, and I lied earlier. I said we spent $700. We only spent $581 on his ads, and he got a 13x ROAS, 13x return on ad spend. And guess how much we paid for the purchases? $15.71 to convert somebody on a $100 plus product. And we did that 37 times. And then the guy was like, hey guys, I got to turn this off. I'm swimming in work. I can't do anymore, right? You see over here, guys, this ad with the 2 kids. This is one of the first ads that I ever ran. I remember those were my students. I was coaching them directly. I took that picture directly, and it was just super simple. Attention Spearfish parents, enjoy 2 weeks of martial arts classes. Click below to sign up now. 2 free weeks of martial arts classes. And then it just says BJJ program currently accepting 5 to 10 new students. Sign up now. Kind of looks like a little bit like a news article by design. But look, the picture is not fancy. There's no video. That's all we did. And then this other ad right here for the RISV team did really good. This is in Canada, and this was a new development. So get access to new development properties. People would submit their information, and then they'd be in connect with people that are going to be entering the market very soon. So some things to remember to kind of recap on this, guys, is first of all, don't boost a post. Learn how to hire someone to run ads, to run sponsored ads. Okay. Either learn on your own or hire someone to run them. You're just going to save so much time if you hire somebody that knows what they're doing. Or if you learn how to do this, you're going to be able to provide such a valuable skill to people. And it's very, very useful. Okay. Learn how to create a bridge between problem and solution. All right. This is very, very incredibly important as well. Create a bridge between problem and solution. The prospect has a problem. The business owner you work with or the business owner you are has a solution. Create the bridge between the two. Make it digital. Make it really easy to use. And you're going to connect a lot of people. Remember, people hate to be sold, but people love to buy. All right. So whenever you make your ads, I don't want to make an ad that's like, hey, we just launched a new program that we think that I can help provide a lot of people a new service that's going to be awesome. So the service is this: I'll coach you, I'll help mentor you, I'll do all this stuff for you, and you'll grow your agency. If I say it that way, people are going to be like, yeah, okay. It's kind of like the person that's like, we are Johnson's #1 family dentist. We specialize in this and this, and we. Okay, it's the me syndrome. You have to make it about them, not me. Okay, this is really important to do because if you make things about people, then they're gonna pay attention. It's just like the book How to Win Friends and Influence People. That stuff is so true. So it's the same thing with how people love to buy but hate to be sold. So you have to go to them and you have to frame things in a way that's all about them. Hey, if you're a Denver resident and you're tired of experiencing this and you want to experience this, well, let me tell you about this new program for Denver residents who are this criteria. It's 1, 2, 3 to set up. And here's the benefit 1, 2, 3. And here's an example of somebody that's had good success. All you got to do to get access is click below and put some scarcity, like limited spots, limited opportunity, that kind of stuff. The same way you get from 0 to 10K is the same way from 10K to 100K. It's just more volume, doing the same thing more and more and more. The hardest thing for me was to get from 0 to 1. Once I got from 0 to 1, getting from 1 to 10K was fairly easy. Getting from about 25K to 50K was more challenging. But getting from 50K to 80K was like Nothing different at all. Same exact offer, same everything, the exact same. So find something that works and focus on that. Remember that one variable off of your campaign and it will completely flop. Everything's got to be on point, from the creative, the script, the hook. Everything's got to be on point. All right. And after running thousands of lead generation campaigns, I've learned what a good ad is and what a bad ad is. And yeah, you definitely don't want to spend a bunch of money on a bad ad. Things can flop. It can also be your follow up. It can be your survey. It can be your landing page. So we have a structured way that we test things, but you have to remember all this stuff has to be correct, and that's why it's a high income skill. Remember the boat mechanic that charges $20K for a 2-second job. It's because he spent 20 years learning how to tighten that wrench, how to turn that bolt, right? And I'm paraphrasing the story. I don't know it that well, but and then guys, by the way, if you don't know this by now, this is going to blow your mind, but you never have to run out of inspiration. The ads library, okay? Facebook has an ads library. TikTok has an ads library. Google has their own version of this, and I'm sure Snapchat and LinkedIn and some of these other platforms do as well. They literally have all their ads in a library that are public information where you can just go look at what your competitors are running for ads. You can look at what other people in the market are doing for ads. You can look at research in the ads. You can look at all those people and you can know exactly what they're doing. And that can give you inspiration on how you can make things better. It's a way you can find clients. Like, there's so much to do. I could do a whole training just on the ads library alone, but that's a really, really good way to figure out what's working. Okay, and wait, there is more. Automating your follow-up nurture sequences. So personalized responses that work your leads for you and automate the things you repeatedly say over and over for your lead generation campaigns. SMS marketing is super powerful. You have to take people off platforms. You don't want Facebook to own your data. You don't want Instagram DMs to be messaging people back and forth, because what happens when Instagram has a shutdown? You want to take somebody off platform, get their name, email, phone, so you can contact them, put them in your phone, put them in your contacts, and save them. And personalized messages do get a response. So the power of text message marketing, it has a 98% open rate. Okay, 95% of people ages 18 to 29 prefer text over a call. Average of 49.5% automated reply rate. That's what me and my team get. Just short of a 50% reply rate with just text alone. That means somebody clicked on an ad. 50% of the time, nearly, they are responding to us via text. Okay, off Facebook. Okay, it needs to be human and not salesy. And we also like to send the calendar link through text so people can just book themselves as an appointment and the business doesn't even have to get involved. So here's an example of one of our automated campaigns. It would say, hey, it's Melissa. Hey, Melissa, it's supposed to have a name there. It's Nate at Midpoint Auto Group. We're excited to help you get your next vehicle. When is a good time for us to give you a call to talk details? She doesn't respond. And then we send her a message a little bit later. Or if you prefer, you can request a time to come in for a test drive here. And we send the booking link so she can click that and book a test drive. Like I said earlier, everything points back to the calendar. We also send a ringless voicemail message there that is just it rings once and it throws a ringless voicemail in their inbox, and it says that they had a missed call. This is a crazy money strategy. It allows you to, appear like you called somebody. A lot of people just call you right back, and you can get inbound calls for the business you work with that way. This is our internal drip communication workflow. So at the top on the purple, you see all of the ways that people can get leads, whether it's a Facebook form, whether it's a website form, whether it's a Zap, which is like an automations platform. What we're going to do is we're going to create a new contact in GHL, which is my leads platform. It's a leads portal. And what we're going to do is the orange are the campaigns we start. So what we do is we start a super scheduler campaign that's going to reach out and automatically book these prospects. Then if they don't respond to that, it's going to automatically put them into a 14-day customer service check-in. If they don't respond to that, they're going to be a dead lead and they're going to go to the long-term nurture. At any point, if they give a positive response, they're going to go into our lead nurturing a system that's going to work on booking an appointment with them. If it books the appointment, it moves them into the appointment reminder sequence, basically telling people, hey, here's the address. Hey, here's where to park. Here's frequently asked questions about your appointment. If they no-show, then we put them back in the long-term nurture, or we have a no-show campaign for them, right? And as they show up, then we're going to track that, if they showed or if they don't, if they closed or if they don't, and then we're going to track everything throughout there. If they do buy, then we're going to request a review from them. We're going to tell them about our referral process, and we're going to put them into a long-term customer drip sequence. All right. So I know there's a lot there, guys. I would have to spend some time going over this extensively in depth for you to truly get it. But that is our loose workflow of how we structure our automations so that our whole backend can be automated for people. So keep these things in mind with follow-up, guys. Your highest chances of connecting with a prospect is by getting on a phone call or a Zoom call with them. A discovery call versus a sales call, right? So a discovery call is like where you're going to call them first off, and you're going to make sure they're a good fit for your business, and you're not going to pitch them. You're going to just sell them on the next appointment. And then the sales call is where you're going to do a full in-depth audit. You're going to do a demo call, all that stuff. But I've actually been able to combine these discovery call and sales call into just one, called the one call close. I learned this from my coach, Alex Schlinsky, from Prospecting on Demand. He's a beast with closing. He got my close rates from like a 15% to up to 40% close rates right now. And it's all from this one call close framework. So I do the discovery and the sales call all in one. It's super sick. And I teach you guys that in this program as well. It's one of the free trainings. I think you unlock it at like level 2. So you got to engage on the school platform in order to unlock that level. And then you'll get access to that for free, as well as an SOP with the exact script that I use and everything like that. So the magic 5-minute window, your chance of connecting decreases 550% outside that window if no follow-up is sent. I don't know how something could decrease past 0, but yeah, if you don't follow up within 5 minutes, you are screwing yourself and you're throwing your money out the window. Check this out. 44% of salespeople give up after just one attempt, and only 8% of salespeople follow up more than 5 times. Okay, so you can be the 8% of salespeople and follow up more than 5 times, and you can automate this through my software, and you can literally crush just with that alone. All right. And there's 5 to 6 calls on average to get in contact with a new lead if the first call is not answered. This is statistically proven. MIT lead response did a study on this. 5 to 6 calls on average. So most people call a lead one time and then they give up. If you don't get a contact with them in the first call, usually within the first hour, it's going to take you 5 or 6 phone calls before they answer. And it's not because they're ignoring your call. They literally, you're just catching them when they're at work. It's a bad time. Oh, they're in another meeting. And that kind of thing. So you want to be careful with that. Just remember, people are so busy, and it's not a personal thing at all. Okay. It's not personal. They're just really busy, and that's it. Okay. So the math that makes this all work, and guys, I'll give, all my paid members, I give them access to this money making worksheet, and it really helps you to track all this. And we track this for our clients, but you want to look at about 100 leads and what that's going to amount to in terms of booked appointments, in terms of sales, and how that breaks down, and exactly what your numbers are. So I'll go into more depth on this in another module in my paid trainings. I go deeper into this, but how we determine cost per acquisition, it's the cost to acquire a new customer. So you want to look at lifetime value and referrals as well into that equation. But if your cost to acquire a new customer, let's say for my car dealership client, we'll just make some really easy math. Let's say that we spend $1,000 on their ads and they sell 10 cars. That would make their cost per acquisition $100. If their instant money that they make off of one car sale is more than $100, they're going to be happy. On average, it's like $3,000 to $5,000. But let's just say it was $1,000. So then they make $10,000 back off these 10 deals. Are you tracking? They spent $1,000 to make $10,000 back. That's $9,000 that they made in gross profit ROI from their ad spend. So if you can, at first you won't know the numbers usually, but if you can divide your total ad spend by the amount of new customers they got, you determine their cost per acquisition. And that would mean that if we spent $2,000, they should close roughly 20. If we spend $3,000, they should close 30. And then it just becomes a number, really an equation where you can really systematically break these things down by looking at cost per call booked, cost per lead, booking percentage, cost per acquisition, and you can determine exactly how much money you need to be spending on ads in order to hit your growth goals and your growth numbers. Okay, so this is very empowering stuff. The average numbers that we see, lead cost anywhere from $5 to $15 cost per lead, depending on the industry. If it's B2B, it'll be a lot higher than that. Booking rate, 25 to 50% is healthy, and the close rate varies really greatly depending on the business. So those are all things to take into consideration. This is my exact, this is what I did last year, and this is how I broke the seven-figure market, or the seven-figure mark, guys. So I learned this from Alex Hormozi. He's the GOAT. I learned a lot from him. It's one market, one solution, one conversion tool, one traffic source, in 1 year. So for me, that was one market, car dealerships, one solution, automated lead generation engine, one conversion tool, Facebook ads, one traffic source, also Facebook ads. So the same thing that I'm selling them, I'm also using to get clients. And I did that for 1 year, and I built my business up to $84,200 a month. Just with that alone. Okay. So write your 5 ones. What's your one market going to be? What's your one solution product? What's your one conversion tool? What's your one traffic source and channel? And commit to it for 1 year. You will build a $1 million business that way. Okay. And software to manage this system. I've got a complete all-in-one solution. I'll link it down below where you guys can go and you can get a free trial, but it has everything. It's got contacts, two-way texting. It's got your calendars. It's got automations. It's got support. I mean, it's a very, very impactful solution. If you're using any different kind of software, or if your clients are using like MailChimp, or if they're using Google Sheets, or if they're doing Facebook leads, but they have to download them and all this stuff, or if they're using Ring Central or a texting platform, you can literally consolidate that and bring that all under one roof. And the best part is it's about, depending on the level you go with, it's $300 a month. Okay. And you have all that, right? And you can do this for your clients as well too. So this system is super sick for businesses. I'll link it down below. You guys can reach out to me if you're interested in that. But it literally helps everything. So to kind of finish this off, guys, how to fully book your calendar in the next 90 days. All right. This is our exact process that we use in order to get people to book their calendar. And this is our playbook, right? So this is my offer. This is exactly what I do. If you work with me directly one-on-one, I'm going to teach you how to build out your own process that you can customize and connect with. So as a bonus, let's connect. I'll help you map out a custom lead magnet strategy for your lead generation campaign. And this was for a conference, so we did some Q&A. But I got something better for you guys. All right. So if you guys stuck around with me for this and hung out this whole time, I got something special for all of you guys. So check this out. This is my free training. If this is what I'm putting into my free training, imagine what I'm putting into my paid members. Okay. I've never done this before. I've made over 7 figures in my advertising agency by selling directly to clients, local service-based businesses and dealerships. And I never hated anything more than when I signed up for an agency coach, or, I signed up with a guru, or I bought a course, only to find out that guy wasn't still running a marketing agency to this day. I'm still actively running a marketing agency. Okay. I'm doing this every single day, and I will mentor you. I'll be your coach, and I'll teach you how you can do this kind of stuff for yourself, and we can grow together. So, you guys can look at, it's February 19th today. We're already at 40. Can you see that? My phone screen's really messed up. 45K in volume. We've got all these payments coming in. All time 1.5 million in sales. I'll teach you guys how to build up your system this week. $8,000. Last 4 weeks, 58,000. Year to date, 110,000. Okay. It's the 19th. We're what, 6 weeks into the new year, already 100K. right? So I'll teach you guys how you can do that. I'm looking for a few people to mentor. Okay. I'm thinking roughly like 10 people, and I'm going to work with you one-on-one. And what I want to do is I want to walk you guys through a 12-week program where we're going to go over custom and we're going to design your entire agency. Okay. Even if you've got an agency already, I'm going to help you design your inbound lead generation system and your outbound lead generation system. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write your ads, create your funnel, write your scripts. We'll edit your videos. My team will make you graphics. We'll help you build case studies. We'll help you nail your offer down. I'll work with you and to do everything that you need to do to build your agency up. And we'll add a minimum of $10,000 in new revenue that you get from my systems. All you have to do is show up to the calls and follow the framework. Okay, you'll get access to me one-on-one, as well as my network of agency owners and the other people in the program. So what it's going to look like is this. You can DM me the word upgrade right now. DM me the word upgrade, and I'll upgrade your school subscription and send you an invoice. Okay. The 12-week program guarantees $10,000. I'm going to build your agency up to $10,000 a month with you. You've got to do the work. Okay. It's just like if you go to the gym, you hire a personal trainer, you're going to be the one doing the push-ups, but I'm going to be telling you how many push-ups to do, when to do them, what's next, and that kind of stuff. You're going to have to show up for your business. I'm not going to build it for you. But here's the thing. Either one payment of $4,800 today. Just DM me the word upgrade. I'll send you the link. I'll get you in. I'll lock down the spots. We're only doing about 10, okay? And 2 of those are already spoken for, all right? Or if you don't want to do a paid in full, then you can do month to month. It's going to be $2,000 a month. So just message me the word upgrade and tell me what you want to upgrade to. And if you do this upgrade and you get in before this program closes, I'm literally going to give you my funnel template and I'm going to help you adjust it. I'm going to show you my best ads. I'm going to give you access to my ads library. We'll help you to learn how to fulfill and get results for your clients. We'll help you automate your onboarding. I'll literally work with you to have a dialed in agency, and you can take it wherever you want to take it. You might even end up way bigger than me if you just follow this, because I'm still training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu very often. Okay, I haven't sacrificed my life. I still go on trips, train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and hang out with my girlfriend as much as I can, this isn't something you have to sacrifice all of your life. I do work super hard. I mean, today it's almost 10 p.m. right now, and I've been working since like probably 8 a.m. So, there's some days like that, but I choose to do this because I love this shit. So if you guys want to do that, message me in here in the school channel, the word upgrade, and tell me how you want to pay. Either $4,800 done deal or $6,000 in 3 payments of $2,000 each. And we'll get you upgraded and we'll get you in the program. It's going to be, we're going to be building it raw. We're going to be building it live. This isn't pre-recorded. I'm going to be working one-on-one with you directly, and we're going to help you to choose a niche, get established, build authority, and do everything that I've done to literally become the go-to guy for lead generation for dealerships. Okay. So I'll teach you how to do this, guys, to build your dream business and build your dream life. And all you have to do is message me the word upgrade. If you're on the fence about this, I remember I was on the fence when I invested. But people that pay, they pay attention, and you bet your bottom dollar that you're going to show up to those calls and you're going to do what I say when you pay that money. I could keep giving you free training all day long, but the problem is it's not going to hurt you enough to take the action that's going to be required in order for you to get the success that you're going to need in order to do this. So the money is the easy part. The reason it's expensive is because the work that you're going to have to do is going to be so worthwhile. And here's the premise. If you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. If you teach a man to fish, he'll eat for his whole life. I'll teach you how to fish, whether it's an online business, a coaching business, or you want to just go direct agency lead generation route. I'll give you tips and tricks and tactics and resources and mindset and support and accountability and coaching and networking that'll literally help you on all those pillars. Okay. I haven't launched a coaching program, because I wanted to just focus on my clients. But I realized at this point that there's so many businesses out there, there's so much opportunity, and all of us can get our own piece of that pie. And I want the best for you, and that's why I've let you in this program for free, and that's why you've got to check out all this stuff. And now let's take the next steps together. So just message me the word upgrade if you want to do that. If not, no hard feelings. Stay in the community. There's other free trainings that are going to be released to you as you go through here. But yeah, I'd love to have you train with me at a higher level. I'd love to work with you. I'd love to coach you and mentor you one-on-one and help you to build your dream life and your dream business. So I'll see you on the other side. Just send me a message. And if not, just message in the community. Let me know what you thought about this training. Really appreciate your time. And I'll see you on the other side. Later.